As a quick precursor to this episode, I would love to invite you to attend the autumn edition of my in-person event, Dare Greatly in the Coaching Arena, which will be held on Friday the 8th of November in Barnes, southwest London. It's a 5-minute walk from Barnes Station, and there's also a free car parking place on site. So it's the best of both worlds. We will be preparing and planning for your best ever 2025, and you will leave with that vision and strategy for your next 12 months with a newfound sense of connection and focus. We will be harvesting your present and planting the seeds for a profitable and joyful 2025, allowing your business goals to bloom with ease. I'm very excited to be bringing the warmth of the season and all of those beautiful colours and everything we can learn from shedding what no longer serves us and preparing for spring. Embrace the seasons of change and join me on 8th of November to Dare Greatly in the Coaching Arena. Do not worry if you don't know anyone. I will ensure that you feel welcome from the moment you arrive until the moment you leave. I cannot wait to see you there, and grab the link now in the show notes. Hello and welcome to Women in the Coaching Arena podcast. I'm so glad you're here. I'm Lott, a business mentor and ICF accredited coach, and I help coaches to build brilliant businesses. I know that when you prepare to enter the arena, there is fear, self-doubt, comparison, anxiety, uncertainty. You can tend to armor up and protect yourself from vulnerability. In this podcast, I'll be sharing honest, not hype, practical and emotional tools to support you to make the difference that you're here for. Dare greatly, you belong in this arena. Hello, welcome to the 70th episode of Women in the Coaching Arena. I am so glad you are here. Today, I'm excited to share a case study conversation with my client, Emma Marinos. Emma joined the program Elevate, which was focusing on group coaching and online courses earlier this year, and she's made so much progress through that program and the momentum that she gained that it's just a joy to see. And I specifically wanted to share this now because I am launching a program called Signature Solution. This is a pure digital online course, but the Signature Solution document was a huge part of Emma's success in this program and has brought her so much work. So I really wanted to share her insights to help you to see how gaining that clarity can bring in a lot of work and get you way more fully booked. So excited to share this conversation with Emma with you now. Hi, Emma. Thank you so much for agreeing to reflect on your journey with me. We worked together this springtime in my Elevate program, and it was a joy to work with you. Please share a bit about you and what you do.
Thanks, Jo. Yes, so I'm an executive coach and I work with individuals and with teams and with groups, mainly in the public sector.
Yes, totally. I love your specific niche, usually something I have huge challenges with, but that was wonderful. And what was going on for you at the time prior to joining the Elevate program?
So I joined because at the time I was really wanting to develop a new pipeline or a new offer or service that was something that individuals could buy in for themselves. Most of my work previously has been commissioned through organisations, and I was hoping that this might be a way of doing something different and increasing my revenue at the time.
Yeah. So what was most helpful?
So for me, absolutely number one thing that was most helpful was creating the Signature Solution document. And what was really good about that was so I did a number of research calls and really listening to them in terms of what they need and what would be helpful in designing a program. So I really liked the pace as well in terms of the program. So it's kind of like, right, okay, I need to do this by then. I need to do that by then. That helped get the momentum going. And I think because I then had this document, what was really helpful was that it was really well thought through. I'd really thought about it. And it meant that I could very clearly explain what the offer was, who it was for, why it might be useful, and to have a really structured conversation with people. And it also meant then my LinkedIn content was much more focused and clearer about that offer. And what happened for me through doing that, I then, in fact, I didn't end up doing a public program, if you like. But what I did do was through having those conversations, either they were saying, well, I really like this part of the program, but can you develop a different version for this target audience for me? Or I've got an individual. What I can offer instead is leadership coaching one-to-one. I think that would work better for them. So it was like a springboard for different elements for different needs. And that worked well for me. What it also meant was I was just miles more proactive than I've been to date. And so even if they didn't do the leadership coaching, people were asking me to do other things for them. So whether that was facilitating a workshop or just general coaching, not specifically, or career coaching, it just opened up a conversation which was relevant for them and enabled me to explain and give them a service that would be helpful for them, which is obviously what we want to do, isn't it?
Love it. Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it, how we can not do that research. And I love how I think I gave you all the task of like book 5 market research calls, and then you booked about 10 or 12. It was like genius. So what would you say in specific terms is different now to your workload or what's come in as a result?
So I think what's really been brilliant is that I've got the business, I'm very busy, I guess. Yeah. The word I'm looking for. Really, really busy, and not just busy for now. I'm also busy through to September, that quarter. It's also enabled me to think about how do I keep that pipeline going, even when I'm really, really busy. And that's also been helpful to just think about how that is part of my work, as well as the designing and delivering great services, and to keep that going. Particularly the signature solutions document is something that I would do again. It might be a different focus or aspect. And that has been the thing that's really been a game changer for me.
Yeah. And it's exciting. Like you say, you've got the scope to keep doing it, do another one in a year whenever you're less busy. So fabulous.
And I think the other thing to say that I changed my perspective on is many people that I know, the contacts that I've known throughout working X number of years, they're really happy to help. They want to have a conversation. So it's not a kind of I'm the provider, the supplier, and they're the clients. It's much more we're in it together, exploring this together. And I would do that much, much more going forward than I did before.
Love it. Yeah, that's such a great insight, isn't it? And we were just talking about that wait list and that building with them and how that shifts. So you've just done that perfectly.
Yeah.
And what would you say your experience of working with me was like?
What I liked was the structure. It was about 3 or 4 months in the end, wasn't it? Obviously, you'd given so much thought to the design and that access at different times. So I really liked as I say, the energy and the momentum, because although there was a bit of like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to get this done in time.
Yeah.
It was a good thing, because when you're working on your own, you haven't got somebody doing that with you. So that was brilliant. I thought the tasks were doable. They were a stretch at times, but all the resources were there, and it was very easy to do it when you need to do it, rather than thinking it's all got to be done on this day at this time, even though we were working with a group, obviously, which is really great hearing from them and their experiences. I also like your flexibility, how you were really listening to the group and what would be helpful to them, and then changing and tweaking things and adding on more sessions, which was really fantastic to be part of that. So I felt that you really wanted to provide the support that would be helpful to us as a group, rather than this is what I offer, take it or not. I mean, you'd never do that, but you know what I mean? This is my offer. Oh, well, I don't do that. I think the other thing which was brilliant, and I'm sure this will help me for years to come, is just your generosity in terms of sharing all the knowledge that you've got. So contacts, or if you need somebody, weren't we earlier about if you need a speech coach, this is the person you could contact. If you need this person, this is the person you could contact. These are all these different tools you can use. This is how, not just the tool, this is how you use it. I mean, amazing, rich resource, which we are fortunate to have been on that course. We have got continued access to that. I think the other thing that I found was the possibility into the future. So we talked about podcasts, and I'm like, oh no, I won't be doing that, thank you. And now I'm thinking, well, maybe I will do that. Who's to know whether I'm going to do that or not? So I think the possibility, and also the design of a program, quite a bit of the content's pre-record. Yeah. And I was thinking, I'm just not in that space at the moment. But again, who's to know I wouldn't be in that space in the future with things that I want to do. And so I would recommend anybody to go into it with an open mind, because, since running my business for the last 3 or so years, what I was doing at the beginning is not what I'm doing now, or I'm put it a different way. I'm doing that and loads of other things. That's what I really love about working with you, is what the possibilities are, as well as what can you do on your foundation that you're working with at the moment, and how can you then move it on. So just being really, you can really feel that you're with us and you really want us to be successful. And that's such a lovely intent, because you feel that.
Thank you so much, Emma. That was the lovely answer to that question. So what would you say your biggest takeaway is from the Elevate program?
I think being really focused, being really clear about what you're offering. I think proactive, being much more proactive was my other big takeaway, and building the business development into the way that I work on a regular basis, and not apologising for that. Actually, I've got something great to offer. I'm not going to be offering you a service that I don't believe in. All of those things, I think, would be my takeaways. I mean, there are lots of them, but that for me, actually, just talking to you now, it's almost like a mindset has changed for me.
Wow. Tell me more.
I think it builds on that, that I'm really, really experienced. I've got a lot of experience, both practically and knowledge and skills. And this is something that I want to offer and serve people with. And therefore, I need to tell you about it. I need to tell you about it. It's not going to come through people unless you tell them, and being clear about it. So being really clear. So that I think has changed my mindset, that this is not I know we've talked about it, and we talked about it during the course about this. I need to be somebody who's hard selling all the time to get work. And equally, I think you need to do more than just think, I've got an abundance mindset, when that's easy to have when you've got loads of work, less easy to have when you've got less work. So I think there's something in the middle of that to me. I've got skills and experience and service that I can offer. So let's have a conversation about that.
Oh, love it. Love it. That's literally the dream for me, and everything I want people to take away. So thank you so much. So what's next for you, Emma?
I think we've talked about this before. I would love to be completely fully booked for the next year. That would be my dream.
Totally.
So
well,
I'm not having to spend a lot of time on getting the business. I'm actually delivering it and delivering great things. So that's my dream.
I love it. And how close are you to it? I mean, considering our conversation just now, I feel like you're already there.
Yeah, I mean, I would say certainly up until December, pretty close. And I know there's going to be things that are going to be beyond that are coming through.
Yeah.
So yeah, in all seriousness, not too far off.
Yeah, so exciting to just recognize that. I think we're always so busy chasing that we forget to look at where you're at right now, which is amazing. So would you recommend the program, and if so, who to?
Definitely would recommend the program. I would say it depends what you're looking for. And I think I mean, this may not have been your intention, but I think you can cater for people looking for different things because a lot of the principles are similar. So if you're looking to design a program which is online only and there's a lot of pre-recorded content, definitely really, really helpful. If a new service that you want to offer, which is maybe all in person or a mixture of online and not, and is all live, definitely that's for you. I think if you're looking at a bit of consolidation in terms of you may have been a coach for 2 or 3 years and you're looking to consolidate and what's next for you and have a bit of not a reset is the wrong word. I think just really looking, okay, what next? Where am I going to go next? Definitely for you. If you want to kind of make sure that you're really up to date with all the new thinking, definitely it's such a great way to do that quickly. And obviously you've done so much work, so much resource, so knowledgeable. You can do it in a way that's very accessible to what you need and looking at what the future possibilities might be. Or it could be, I'm looking to kind of just move my business in a different direction. How do I go about doing that? So I think it depends what you're looking for from where you are, but it's not just a fixed set of this is what this will give you, if that makes sense.
Yeah, totally. And again, I want everyone to be able to take what they need and know that we're all different and all on our own path. So that's fabulous.
Yeah. I mean, I think if you're brand new to coaching, probably your other program is much more suitable. I think it helps that you've had some experience of running your business. I think that's really helped because a lot of the kind of foundational things will already be in place, which you need, I think, to do this course.
Yeah, totally. And that's, always my intention. So we were so lucky to attract the right people into the program. So thank you so much, Emma. You were an absolute dream and it's been a joy to work with you and see your progress. Thank you so much for sharing your journey.
Oh, thank you, Jo. Thank you so much.
If anyone wants to contact you, where would they be best finding you?
Either on LinkedIn, so it's Emma Marinos, or emmamarinoscoaching.com.
Fabulous. Thank you so much, Emma. I hope you enjoyed listening to Emma's journey. My takeaways from the conversation are how being in the right environment and creating the space to build that momentum gets you being way more proactive than you usually are. And the second one is gaining that clarity helps you have educated conversations with your ideal client enough to lead to a fully booked diary. Thank you so much, Emma, for inspiring other coaches to go out there, get the clarity and get the structure that they need to make this happen. If you would like my help in doing this, this is what I do inside my program, The Business of Coaching. I also run Elevate, the other program, on group programs and online courses. Occasionally, I might launch it again in October. I will see. I'm also launching a pure self-study digital course called Signature Solution later in July. So if you want to land yourself a Signature Solution document like Emma did, then dive into that program. Just to be completely transparent, what it doesn't come with is the momentum and the support and the feedback that is included in my other programs. So if you are looking for an option that is super affordable because it doesn't include that personal support, but it does give you the knowledge you need and you are self-motivated, then jump into Signature Solution. It's an absolute bargain, especially on launch, because I'm doing a 50% offer code. You will find the link in the show notes to Signature Solution, either to the wait list if I haven't launched it yet when you're listening, or there will be a very specific 3-day window only from the 17th to 19th of July. There is a special 50% off code that will only be available during that period. The program is a steal with or without the offer, so I hope you find huge value in it. So in summary, if you want my personal support, that's what I do in the business of coaching. And if you want to work through a low-cost option to nail your niche and do your offer, then the signature solution is perfect for you. So, like I say at the end of every episode, trust yourself, believe in yourself, and be the wise gardener who keeps on watering the seed.